12 ugly habits in old age that make people uncomfortable, but no one talks about high voltage. Elder philosophy. Hey there, my wise friends. Welcome back to the channel, where we talk about living healthier, happier, and wiser as we embrace our golden years. I'm your friend, your name, and today we're diving into a topic that's rarely discussed, but so important for us to address. 12 ugly habits in old age that make people uncomfortable, but no one talks about. Now, don't worry. This isn't about pointing fingers or making anyone feel bad. Think of this as a heart-to-heart chat with a trusted friend or a caring doctor who wants the best for you. As we age, we pick up habits, some good, some not so great. And while we're all human, certain behaviors can unintentionally push people away or make those around us feel uneasy. These habits often go unspoken because, well, no one wants to hurt feelings or stir the pot. But here's the truth. By recognizing and addressing these habits, we can live with more grace, strengthen our relationships, and feel better about ourselves. That's what this channel is all about, growing wiser and thriving in our senior years. I've spent years talking to folks in their 50s, 60s, and beyond, and I've seen how small changes can make a big difference. Today, I'll share stories, examples, and practical tips to help us reflect and improve. So, grab a cup of tea, get comfy, and let's dive into this with an open heart. By the end of this video, you'll feel empowered to make positive changes that'll bring more joy to your life and those around you. Let's get started. 1. Neglecting personal hygiene. Let's start with something we all know, but don't always talk about. Personal hygiene. As we age, our bodies change. Maybe we don't sweat as much, or we don't notice odors the way we used to. But neglecting hygiene, like skipping showers, not brushing teeth regularly, or wearing the same clothes for days, can make others uncomfortable. I remember visiting my Uncle Joe, a wonderful man in his 70s. He'd always greet me with a big hug, but over time, I noticed a strong smell. It wasn't that he didn't care. He just didn't realize how his habits had slipped. Why it happens? Sometimes mobility issues or depression can make hygiene feel like a chore. Or maybe we think, I'm not going anywhere, so why bother? What to do? Set a simple routine. Shower every other day, brush twice daily, and keep clean clothes handy. If mobility is an issue, ask a loved one for help or look into adaptive tools like shower chairs. Small steps make a big difference, and you'll feel fresher and more confident. 2. Oversharing personal health issues. We've all been there. Someone starts describing their medical issues in vivid detail at the dinner table. While it's natural to want to share what's going on, especially as health concerns pile up, too much detail can make others squirm. My friend Linda, 62, used to dominate every coffee meetup with stories about her surgeries. Eventually, people stopped inviting her, not because they didn't care, but because it felt overwhelming. Why it happens? Health issues can feel all-consuming, and sharing feels like a way to process or connect. What to do? Save detailed health talks for close friends or doctors. At social gatherings, try asking others about their lives instead. A good rule? If it's something you wouldn't share with a stranger, maybe keep it brief with acquaintances. 3. Being overly critical or judgmental. As we age, it's easy to fall into the trap of thinking we've seen it all and know best. But constantly criticizing younger generations, new trends, or others' choices can come off as harsh. My neighbor, Mr. Thompson, 68, would roll his eyes at anyone using a smartphone, muttering about kids these days. It made people avoid him, even though he was a kind person at heart. Why it happens? We might feel out of touch or nostalgic for the good old days. What to do? Practice curiosity instead of judgment. Ask questions like, how does that work? Or, what do you love about this? It builds bridges and keeps conversations light. 4. Hoarding or cluttered living spaces. A cluttered home can be more than just messy. It can make visitors feel uneasy or unsafe. My Aunt Mary's house was so full of old newspapers and knickknacks that you could barely sit down. It wasn't just about aesthetics. It felt chaotic and overwhelming. Why it happens? Sentimental attachments or fear of letting go can lead to hoarding. Sometimes, it's just hard to keep up with cleaning. What to do? Start small, tackle one drawer or shelf at a time. Donate items to charity or pass them to family. If it's overwhelming, Ask a friend or professional organizer for help. A tidy space feels like a fresh start. 5. Talking over others or dominating conversations. Have you ever been in a group where one person hogs the spotlight? As we age, some of us get so eager to share our stories that we interrupt or talk over others. My dad's friend George would steamroll every chat with his tales from the 70s. People stopped engaging because they felt unheard. Why it happens? We might worry our stories won't get told, or we're just excited to connect. What to do? Practice active listening. Nod, ask follow-up questions, and give others space to shine. You'll be amazed at how much richer conversations become when everyone feels valued. 6. Refusing to adapt to technology. Technology can be frustrating, but outright refusing to learn basic tools like email or texting can isolate us. My cousin's mom, 65, insisted on only using a landline, which made it hard for her kids to stay in touch. It wasn't just inconvenient. It made her seem stubborn. Why it happens? Tech can feel intimidating, or we might think, I've gotten by without it. What to do? Start small. Learn to send a text or use video calls. Ask a grandchild or friend to teach you. Embracing tech keeps you connected and shows you're open to growth. 7. Complaining excessively. We all vent sometimes, but constant complaining about aches, the weather, or the world can drain those around us. My co-worker's dad, 70, would grumble about everything, from his coffee to politics. It made people tiptoe around him. Why it happens? Life's challenges can feel heavier as we age, and venting might feel like a release. What to do? Try the 3 positives for 1 negative rule. For every complaint, share 3 positive things: a good meal, a kind gesture, or a sunny day. It shifts your mindset and makes you more pleasant to be around. 8. Ignoring boundaries. Respecting boundaries is key at any age, but some older adults unintentionally overstep. Think of the grandparent who drops by unannounced or insists on giving unsolicited advice. My friend Sarah's mom would rearrange her kitchen every visit, which caused tension. Why it happens? We might think our experience gives us a pass, or we're just trying to help. What to do? Ask permission before offering advice or making changes. For example, say, would you like some tips on this? It shows respect and keeps relationships strong. 9. Being stingy or overly frugal. Frugality is wise, but being overly stingy, like refusing to tip at restaurants or splitting every bill to the penny, can make others uncomfortable. My uncle would haggle over a $2 coffee, which embarrassed his friends. Why it happens? Fixed incomes or fear of running out of money can make us overly cautious. What to do? Budget for small gestures, like tipping generously or treating a friend to lunch. It's not about spending big. It's about showing you value others. 10. Repeating stories or questions. Repeating the same story or question multiple times can frustrate those around us. My grandma would tell the same tale about her old dog every visit. We loved her, but it tested our patience. Why it happens? Memory lapses or a desire to connect can lead to repetition. What to do? Keep a small notebook to jot down stories you've shared or questions you've asked. If memory is a concern, talk to a doctor. Staying engaged in new activities can also keep your mind sharp. 11. Resisting help or being stubborn. Pride is a beautiful thing, but refusing help when you need it, like insisting on driving when it's no longer safe, can worry others. My neighbor, 75, kept mowing his lawn despite dizzy spells, scaring his family. Why it happens? We want to stay independent and fear losing control. What to do? Accept help graciously when it's offered, or ask for it on your terms. For example, say, I'd love a ride to the store this week. It shows strength, not weakness. 12. Focusing only on the past. Nostalgia is wonderful, but living the past can make others feel disconnected. My friend's dad only talked about his high school glory days, which made his grandkids tune out. Why it happens? The past feels comforting, especially when the present feels uncertain. What to do? Share old stories, but also ask about others' lives or try new hobbies. Join a book club or take a class to create fresh memories. It keeps you vibrant and engaged. Well, friends, there you have it. 12 habits that can sneak up on us as we age but don't have to define us. Growing older is a privilege, and with a little self-awareness, we can make our golden years truly shine. Each of these habits is something we can work on, not to please others, but to feel better about ourselves and strengthen our connections with those we love. I hope this chat felt like a warm conversation with a friend. Take 1 or 2 habits from this list and start small. Maybe it's tidying up, listening more, or learning to send that first text. You don't have to change overnight. Just take it one step at a time, and you'll be amazed at how much lighter you feel. If you found this helpful, please give this video a thumbs up and share it with someone who might need to hear this. Subscribe and hit the bell so we can keep these heart-to-heart talks going. Drop a comment below. Tell me which habit you're working on, or share a story from your own journey. I read every single one, and I love hearing from you. Until next time, keep living with wisdom, grace, and joy. You've got this, and I'm cheering you on. See you soon.